Going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and this sucks. Like, crypto mining currently is absolutely horrible. Horrible. This cycle is 100% different in terms of mining than it was in the previous cycle. Or is it really? Because nothing's really happened yet, and it's not supposed to. Crazy stuff is about to happen. All right, so just looking at the GPUs right now, the market's been in turmoil, nothing but crashing going on, and things are pretty rough here. But there is zero profit looking at just 12-cent power here. And, it sucks. This is horrible. It's a bad time to be in. I definitely wish it was a lot better, but sorry, guys, I can't make magic. It's bad right now. But we're going to be looking. We saw CPUs right here. Kind of sucks, but there may be some potential here. We got to kind of look at crypto differently than we have. I know we all look at old all-time highs. We'll take a look at everything in a minute, but there is these coins, could do something, but there's also some CPU coins out there that may do some things as well. And hopefully, there's going to be a lot of profit. Now, coming into everything, obviously, everything's just tanking. Today, we're kind of seeing some green happen. It's red again, but yesterday was just a sea of red. But over the past 24 hours, we're starting to see some green again. And mostly this is caused, obviously, by the tariff situation, uncertainty. The markets aren't liking things Trump is currently doing right now. I really think he is the cause of everything that's going on right now. I really think once he just says, you know what, enough with the tariffs. We're not going to do them anymore. Let's just be friends. Who knows if that's going to happen or not. But then we'll probably see our bull run finally appear, and that's all it's going to take. But will it happen? Who knows? But we got to look at our coins and stuff differently, and one of them I'm going to be looking at is Zephyr. I know a lot of people are giving up on Zephyr. I'm just like shaking my head going, come on, guys, let's just get this audit fixed and see what happens. But let's just have a quick look and kind of give you an idea what I mean here. So we're coming in the Zephyr here, and obviously it went up to, I can't remember what it went to, $50 some. That was before it was even listed on CoinMarketCap, so it was somewhere up here, and now it's just pretty much gone downhill from there. But everyone that had their bags in here, or even before, like I was mining Zephyr very early on, and all of a sudden it pumped, and then I was hoping to go better. I was always hoping Zephyr would be like XMR, where it could possibly hit upwards to $400. Is that going to happen? I have no idea. All this stuff with the audit and everything going on now, and the possible Haven hack that happened, and then Zephyr implemented and forked Haven into their ecosystem to cause their own Zeph stablecoin and so on. They claimed they didn't do that, and they didn't have the flaw, and I was like, well, it happened on Haven, and other coins that forked Haven has it too. And all of a sudden it turns out they did have it, so they lied to me right off the get-go here when I brought this up to their attention the second I heard about Haven. But anyway, moving forward, we are where we are, and it is the way it is. Instead of looking, I know we're all thinking before, we're thinking before, coins are dead, whatever. But now we're at the point where everything's at lows. Just start over. Pretend you have zero Zeph. Pretend you have zero coins at all, and we're at the peak bear bottom with the bull run only a few months away. Keep that in mind. We're right on the tipping edge here, because in theory, altcoins, they're not even supposed to pump yet. So these things are still doing what they're supposed to be doing, dead, flatline, and then they pump out of nowhere, and then they're dead again for another 4 years. So just pretend you don't have the coin. You're looking into a fresh project for the first time. So now we're looking at Zeph at only 41 cents. Now this is a gamble, 100% gamble, and this theory can work on all the coins out there, not just Zephyr. But I'm using Zephyr as an example because I got some numbers together, and I'm kind of considering about gambling and maybe putting some hash rate on Zeph. Why would I do such a crazy thing? Well, because the hash rate has dropped. This thing was over 480 mega hash, 5 mega hash. I know in the peak it was around 1 or 2 gig hash. Absolutely insane hash rate. Now there's none. Now, why is there no hash rate? Obviously, the price is crashing, but they're going through the audit phase, and all exchanges are supposed to be halted, which means you cannot buy or sell this coin. You cannot send your mined coins to an exchange, and you cannot pull any of those coins off until the audit is complete, because they're trying to get the whole audit process to see how much the circulating supply is still there. Is it heavily inflated? They got to do different steps and so on. So they got to figure out how many coins are actually there. So once they get that done, we'll see what happens from there. But moving forward, this is now down to only 135 mega hash. There is an exchange, xt.com, I do believe, is for some reason allowing deposits and withdrawals on there, so people are sending it to their sell. I think that's a bad idea because now the circulating supply is kind of switching around. Well, in theory, if they're selling it, someone else is buying it, so you can still see the supply and stuff and coins held on the exchange. Regardless, point is, they could be letting the hacker try and offload some more coins if he hasn't already done it already. He probably already has, but I don't know. We don't know nothing at this point. But the point is, in next month, sometime in April, the audit should be complete. So that means if this price goes up at all, you could see major profits. So let's come back into this. Look, and now it's down to 135. So I'm going to readjust my number here right quick. If I can find Zephyr, wherever the heck I have you. So right here, it's down to 135 mega hash. So now, here's a single 7950X, 22 kilohash or 22,000 hashes here. It is making 0.835 Zephyr per 24 hours. That's at the current block rate. Remember, every block, Zeph block reward drops slightly. Every single block found. I wasn't worried about that. You don't even notice it. It does take a while till you actually see it drop by one coin and stuff, months and months. But, it does drop a little bit everything. But based on the current block reward, that is a yield of 0.835 coins. That's only 45 cents a day before any type of power cost on a single 7950X. Now, let's just say Zeph, say the audit goes through and everything's okay and they come up with a fix. It's not going to take much at all to push this from 54 cents to $1. I know everyone's like, well, I bought a bunch of Zeph for $50. I know that sucks. Or, maybe you bought a bunch or you mined a bunch when it was under $1 and then it went to $50. You didn't sell and you're still like, oh, it went to that peak. That's what I'm saying. Reset everything you think. Think about the current prices right now, mining right now, because hopefully that audit goes good, and that's the gambling part. It could go horribly wrong, and maybe the chain closes down completely. We have no idea. But if it starts going up again, say it sees just $1, that means $1 Zeph now push a 7950X to 83 cents a day before power. That $1 is very easily achievable. We pumped back up to $5, $6 a few times after that big hack and everything. So we could see those numbers easily again. I'm still hoping everything is good and we can see a massive pump happening when the major altcoin season hits. Will that happen though? I have no idea. But you can see $2 Zeph is $1.67 now. And we can see say $5 Zeph again on a big pump. That's $4.17 because the yields are so damn high right now because blood is definitely in the water. And this is a lot of times where I'm like, you know what? I like to soak up when blood is in the water. But at the same time, I was going to say you could also just buy the coin if you want to put in $5, $10, whatever. But you can't do that. Maybe on xt.com you can now, but you can't. Everything is halted. So the only way in theory, if all the exchanges followed the rules based on this audit, you can only get Zeph currently right now is by mining the coin, which is crazy. But imagine $5 Zeph again. That is a single 7950X would currently be making over $4 right now. That's insane. And you know what? If everything goes good, I really think we'll see at least $5 again. Not financial advice. Now, I'm not trying to pump up Zeph. I'm just trying to look go where the blood is in the water, rethink your whole strategy, and pretend you're mining it for the first time today. Or maybe you've never mined it before and maybe you want to try it. Try it out because you don't have a bag, because mining it this very second is the all-time part where people want to mine. Bear market, blood in the water, a coin that may go bad but might not. We don't know. We're kind of in the middle split right now that the hash rate is so low that the yields are pretty darn high at this point. Moving forward, any type of price pump is going to boost a huge gain to your mining profitability when that does happen and if that does happen. Now, coming in the CPUs here at Hashrate, I know, there's not much profit in general. There's at least profit though. GPUs are negative. Here we at least have profit. These are the big epics though. So let's just look at something like here's a 7950X3D. It's saying NiceHash is actually 32-cent profit. That's insane. I don't think that's accurate. NiceHash in their profit calculator doesn't have an X3D. So I'm just going to look up an actual 7950X here just to kind of get an idea and see what it's telling. So it's saying negative 2 cents here is what our profit is happening on NiceHash currently here at 12-cent power. If I actually come into NiceHash and I want to do a refresh and a recalculation here to see what NiceHash is telling us, and it now is saying break even. So it's at 0 cents. It's just breaking even, but it's not in the negatives. Before, when I was looking at this, it was saying 8 cents, just before I started recording this video. So it is kind of bouncing up and down. And then on Hashrate.io, it is saying negative. So Not too much profits out there, but there is, you know, a little bit out there, which in theory is at least something. But, you know, mining for 2 cent profit, I don't think is worth it in my books here. What is a 7950X looking like for any of the other coins? I just kind of skimmed through that. What do we got here? So we got -6 profit. So there's pretty much all negatives across the board here as well. And now, yeah, -2 cents here when it was a little bit in the profit. Now, I don't know what's going on with the X3D version, why it's saying it's so profitable. Maybe because, you know, it's all messed up. So I'm just going to come into here again. I want to look at some numbers. Okay, wow, this is saying 230 watts. So, in fact, this is only 165 to 170. So this is claiming quite a bit more power here. You know what? I'm actually going to bring that up. I'm going to do it in my spreadsheet. I updated everything here to see what Monero does look like in my actual spreadsheet. So where is Monero here? All right, so current network hash rate on Monero is 3.93 gigahash. So I'm going to come into Monero here on my spreadsheet, and it's 3.93. I got 3.94, so I'm just going to go with 3.93 mega hash here, or I guess gigahash. And now we have a price of $212, which is, yes, 59 cents. I guess that does matter. So let's go 59 cents here, because that's almost halfway to another dollar there, a little over. So $91,000 a day is what Monero is paying for miners. That's actually not too bad. And by not too bad, if you actually come into here and look at mining pool stats, and we actually go to emissions, take a look at $92,000. That is 9th place in the top proof of work coins based on that. Yes, Monero's not shown here because it doesn't have the data for this, or it should pop up here, but that's better than Raven coin in terms of emissions, which means in theory, it is paying miners more than Raven coin is. It's obviously less than Bitcoin Cash, but it's better than every other proof of work coin out there. So Monero is a top 10 coin in emissions to miners. That's actually pretty good. And it's also pretty sweet that that is pretty much a CPU, and well, it is only a CPU dominable coin because GPUs suck on it. All right, so coming into my spreadsheet here now with everything though, 22 kilohash, you get about 0.00241 XMR per day on a 7950X. That is about 51 cents before power cost. Now at 12-cent power, that's about 48 cents. So we are actually profitable on Monero by 3 cents right now. And I can tell you, this is exact. When I mine based on my spreadsheet, I get pretty much exactly how many coins I'm supposed to get when I mine this. That's how I tweaked my spreadsheet up. So I know that it is what I'm going to get. So we are seeing no profit or break even on NiceHash profit calculator, as well as hashrate.no now. But my spreadsheet is telling us that we are profitable 3 cents. Now, obviously, that's not very much. Is it worth turning on for 3 cents? That's totally up to you. Myself, probably not. Now that's just a quick way and kind of explained it how it would work for something like Zephyr, as it's in very high turmoil now right now. But for GPU coins, the same system does apply. Treat it as a new coin or something. Now it also depends if you're able to mine at a loss. Now obviously if you're mining at a loss, it does make more sense to just buy the coin because you will get more coins. But people that have the hardware, you're just itching to mine. Maybe it's still cold where you are. Maybe you have solar, you know, mining coins like Dynex, for an example. We're going to look at this. You know, not sponsored, none of these. I'm just picking random coins at this point, trying to explain what to expect at this point. But right now, obviously, we can see Dynex is, you know, top coin here right now at losing the least amount, but we're in the negatives everywhere. But if we look at the statistics of Dynex here, coming into Dynex, you know, we look at hash rate, and I don't know what happened here. It looks like March 10th, which was yesterday at the time of recording, some major hash rate split, maybe a chain reset, something happened. If anyone knows what happened here, let us know down in the comments section. But we can see the hash rate is not very low. We're coming in to look at previous Dynex hash rate. It used to be around 312, you know, we got 321 mega hash and stuff. And right now, obviously, it's dropped and just tanked down to only 32, sitting at, you know, 42, 31 in there right now. So it has dropped severely in hash rate. We've been waiting for this. The entire bear market, the last 3 years, there's been so much hash rate. Everyone waiting for the next Ethereum. We're getting the finally point now where the hash rate is dropping off the networks, which means yield is spiking. So in theory, based on your power costs, and you know, if you have power to or money to burn for power or solar, things like that, it all depends on your situation worldwide. But right now is the time to get them coins. The yields are higher than they've ever have been before. Looking at the price of Dynex right now, you can see 0.05. It's only 5 cents right now, but previously it was upwards to $1.27. Now just hitting $1 again would be extremely high in profits. Now what do I mean by that? Let's take a look at an RTX 5070 Ti right here. And here's the number we're looking at, the yield. We're looking at the yields, 8.04 Dynex. Obviously, we're hardly making anything right now. It is 40 cents before power costs. Revenue 24 hours is only 37 cents on average. You're profiting -2 cents. But if Dynex does hit $1, $1 again, that is $8.04 per day from a single GPU. Everyone's been crying forever. I know I have as well. The profits are not there. But I've been looking at this and we're at the time where everybody always wanted, and that is the hash rate to fall off networks, people finally giving up, and now the yields are finally picking up, and this is when you capitalize on coins. And this will go across all the coins, because when that altcoin season does come, you're going to be slapping your head against the wall saying, why didn't I listen? Why didn't I do that? You know, whatever. You're going to be banging against the wall saying, crap, it came. I should have known. It is this time. It is this season. 2025 is here, guys. These coins are going to explode sometime throughout this year. We don't know when, but when they do, everyone's going to be rich. As long as you get your bags ready, don't mind when they peak. When they start peaking, all the hash rate's going to hit. You're going to be making less than you are right now because there is so much damn hardware out there. So be ready, guys. Go for it, and hopefully we have a good year this year. All right, guys, so that pretty much does wrap up this video. You know, obviously, if you have 40-cent power, you're not going to be turning anything on unless it's saving you money on heating your house or something, and you're in a winter area still. It's coming in the spring and summertime, so that's, you know, a heat thing is not going to be an option. You're going to be spending more power to keep things cool with fans and whatever you run to keep things cool. Or maybe you're on solar power or something. You don't really care, and then you're going to be rocking anything you want, because at that point, you're in a different ball game. You can mine whatever the heck you want. But the time is here that everyone's been hoping for and dreaming for, and no one wants to capitalize it. All everyone does is put their head down and cry about it. Guys, take a stance, do your thing. The moment we waited for is now here. So are you going to act, or are you going to walk away? Let me know in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.